Ante. This talk of the dangers of sensual pleasures is really helpful for renunciates, reminding them of the value of ordination. But what about the guidance for how lay people can live? So this is exactly why I kept giving examples for what I would do when I was still a layperson. And I had to get creative, and I would look actually how monks lived and try to practice that way in Uposita days. So that's one basic way you can, just saying, okay, I'm going to follow the 8 precepts today. That's renunciation. Even just following the 5 precepts, you're renouncing killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, and intoxicants. A lot of people are asked to lie at their job. So sticking to your honesty, despite the fact that it might cause you some problems, maybe your boss will yell at you, or you'll have to redo something, that's renunciation. Not going out for drinks with your friends or your family, that's renunciation. A lot of people lose friends over that kind of thing. People like that people drink with them. That is a really big deal to give that up. Not stealing, that's a type of renunciation. Respecting people's physical boundaries and boundaries within a relationship. A lot of people don't follow that either. Not killing, all of these give safety to all the beings around you and yourself. So while it may not feel like renunciation, if it's something you've been practicing for a while, it really is. And if it's something you haven't been practicing, each precept, depending upon your own disposition, can be really hard, let alone all 5. So just that there is renunciation. And then other small ways you can do it, like food. All of us have to eat. All of us have likes and dislikes for the types of food we eat. Because I knew I wanted to be a monk for a long time. A way that I would practice renunciation was that I would usually just look what was in the cabinet, and then I would cook based off what was in there. And some of this was also because I was very poor for a while, but it really made me appreciate what I had and not go out and keep spending. So gratification of things that I actually want to eat. I was eating a lot of beans and rice during that time. Or if you're at a family party, if you really like, I don't know, maybe like the shrimp that my family would bring out for Thanksgiving, or if you're going into southeastern Connecticut in the one area where we have Krispy Kremes, not going to do that. Or at the meals here, advice that is commonly given to people is don't take any desserts. It's usually on the other counter. Take what's healthy, take what you need, don't take what you're greedy for. That's also renunciation. Someone insults you, you catch yourself in your reactive behavior, and you don't insult them back, you reply to them skillfully, that's also renunciation. You're renouncing poor speech, and you're creating a space of harmony. Be creative. That was the biggest help for me in terms of renunciation. And the Buddha gives so many examples in this as well that lay people can relate to. Like in, I think it was the last one I had read, Majjhima Nikaya 13, there's all the woes about work, about having things, about not having enough. When you go through these examples, how can you apply them to your life? Because that is the best guidance for how a layperson can live. Because everyone is going to have different circumstances. I can share all the things that I was doing, and that's not necessarily going to be relevant to your particular situation. So be creative. You don't have to live like a monk to renounce. And before closing, since we only have 1 minute left, another way to go about this is go spend time at monasteries. It doesn't matter what kind of monastery. Just go spend time with them. You will renounce your preferences on the type of work you're doing, the amount of time you're meditating, the amount of time you have sleep, what you're eating, when you're eating, who you are staying with, and so many other things. And then how can you take that back home with you? When I was still practicing with Zen Mountain Monastery, that was exactly what I did. How can I take the monastery home with me? How can I apply what I am learning here back home? And again, it's going to be different depending upon every person's individual circumstances. So be creative. This was actually a really wonderful way to bring renunciation into my life in a joyful way. How can I make my life as much like the monastery as possible? It's so great to be at the monastery. How can I make my home life much better as well? So don't limit yourself. And I think that'll be it for now, and I don't see any other questions.